Hi guys, this is gonna be just a little short video. Just kind of having a rough day today. I'm kind of more depressed than anxious today. However, I can tell my anxiety is there because I'm very short-tempered today, and I don't really have any reason to be getting as mad as I am. Like earlier, my 3-year-old, she, for some reason, she has her vitamins. She holds them in her mouth forever. She'll take them out of her mouth. She'll play with them, wind up dropping them. Well, that's what she did today. She dropped it, and I told her just to eat it, quit pulling it out of her mouth. Well, it was already in her mouth. Well, my husband told her to spit it out and put his hand underneath her mouth. Well, she spit it out and then it fell on the floor again, and I almost snapped. I stopped myself and just kind of stood there and stared, and my husband told me to calm down. Of course, you ladies know it, that doesn't make us calm down. But just things like that are just part of having kids. She's 3. That's what she does. But it just infuriated me today, and I'm just sad. Like, my husband works 3rd shift, and he had to go to bed, and I was lonely, and it's just, I kind of think I'm not getting out of the house enough. I don't leave the house unless I have to. Like to take my son to and from preschool. If I have to go to the store, I'll go. Things like that. But I think kind of the isolation is starting to get to me. But when I do get out, I get stressed out. My anxiety goes up, and I just wind up wanting to go back home. Which is another reason why I decided to go ahead and start, doing these videos, and, kind of as an outlet. And who knows, maybe I can chat with people in the comments, or, something like that. Kind of gives me a way to get out without actually physically getting out, and then having to deal with traffic and road rage and all that good stuff. But I don't know. It's just kind of that everyday struggle kind of thing, but it just seems harder today. I just feel really down and depressed and disappointed. I'm not sure what I'm disappointed about, but I feel disappointed. Maybe in myself. I think in myself. Because I'll just, when I take my son to school, I'll come home, and then my husband gets home shortly after us, and I'll talk to him for a few minutes, and, if my daughter didn't get up in time to eat, get her fed and everything, well, then, I go lay back down to try to get a little bit of, time by myself without anybody, including the baby. My husband watches the baby for me. And then she gets hungry and brings her back to me, and then I, lay back there and nurse her. So I don't get to see my husband very much. And that's my fault. Because I could just stay up. I could just not go to bed. I could stay up. But I don't sleep well. And I'm just so exhausted from not sleeping well, and then, having the baby, having to, switch sides and stuff throughout the night, and, change her when she needs it, and somebody that already doesn't sleep well, that Hell, I don't know if it even makes any difference, because most of the time I don't go to sleep at all. So, I mean, I can't really blame the baby very much. She's an awesome sleeper, except when she's having reflux problems, and yeah, that's not her fault. She's been having a lot of reflux issues lately, which scares me. It makes my anxiety go crazy, because she'll kind of make a clicking noise, I guess, and then she will stop breathing for a little bit, and then she'll kind of gasp and start swallowing, and then she'll try to catch her breath, you know, for a minute. And if she's having a really bad night, she just kind of does that over and over and over for a while. And it's scary, especially to anybody, especially somebody that's, you know, having postpartum anxiety issues, you know, centered around health and the health of their baby, that, you know, automatically jumps to the worst conclusion anytime anything happens, like the way that it manifests in me. So of course, every time she stops breathing, I don't think she's going to start back breathing. And so I hold my breath, sitting there watching her, waiting for her to take a breath. So we're going to talk about that with the pediatrician when she goes back next week for a weight check, because she's also not gaining weight at the rate that she should be. She is gaining, and I mean, she's, you know, she's having plenty of wet and dirty diapers and all that good stuff, but she's spitting up a lot. So I'm kind of thinking that's probably why she's not gaining the weight she's supposed to, but my brain still tries to jump to she's got stomach cancer or some kind of ridiculous thought. One of my friends, I just found out today that her grandbaby, my friend's a little older than me, but still, her grandbaby has cystic fibrosis, and they found out when she was 2 weeks old. And so I was like, oh no. So, you know, I don't really know very much about cystic fibrosis, so good old Google. I looked it up and saw that, you know, one of the symptoms is, you know, problems gaining weight. So I was like, what if? You know, those what ifs came creeping back in, and but I'm not overboard with that one, because, you know, pretty much all newborns, I think, or in the United States, are screened for cystic fibrosis, and we don't have anybody with cystic fibrosis in either of our families. So odds of that being the case are very, very, very slim, you know, especially with her reflux issues. I know that that's most likely what it is. But of course, it's still worrisome, so we're gonna be getting all that checked in a week. I just want to feel better. I don't want to feel like this. I want to be happy. I want to look forward to leaving the house. I want to leave the house, and I want to be happy while I'm leaving the house. And I want to wake up in the mornings, and, you know, I've never been a morning person ever, but I want to be able to wake up and be excited for the day. Be like, hey, what all can we do today? Instead of, I just want to go back to bed, pull the curtains as tight as possible, shut the door, and hide under the covers. I don't want to feel that way. It sucks. It sucks a lot. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to sort of talk myself through that. Hopefully I'll feel better in a little bit, at least by tomorrow. But I think the baby's starting to wake up. I hear her kind of grunting back there in the back seat. So the other kids are down for a nap. So maybe I can get the baby to go back to sleep in the house, and then I can, you know, get a little housework done or play a video game. Need to do housework. Want to play a video game. I'll see which one I choose. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, y'all have a great day. And if I don't have any more bad days, I will see y'all next week. See ya.